Oh, look at that. A creature of habit. She's so ready to just take it all in. She doesn't even read the topic and think, should I go or not?
No.
Awesome.
I'm
Okay.
there.
Yeah. It is 5:30 my time, so we're going to get started. And I left it pretty vague. I'm like the most important thing, or however I labeled it. And when I say what I'm talking about tonight, if I'm watching, don't hang up, because you're going to be like, seriously, we've talked about this. And I just have like, just stay with me, folks, because I just got a little bit of a different spin going here. So the most important thing, drum roll, please.
Okay.
Booking calls. Right? You've never heard that before. But I know that this group is here because you want to move up. Okay. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because if you're in this call, you've got some training behind you. You've got some, you've been here long enough. You maybe even got caught up in the, oh, I need all these systems, and oh, I need to have this organizing, and oh, I gotta have this tracking sheet, and oh, I gotta have all these things. And sometimes we lose sight of what's really, really important. And this topic came to me today after talking to one of my consultants, and she's not on tonight, so I'm not going to say her name, but if she watches the replay, she'll know it's her, and it's all good. She told me I could talk about this, but the most important thing you can do is booking calls, because Mary Kay herself said bookings are the lifeline of our business, right? And seeing faces. Now, I do not care in which way you see faces, because we have proved over this last couple of years that we can do all sorts of things, right, May? Most improved. Good job in the Mary Kay National area. May is an example of someone who learned how to do things differently. So there are a million ways to see faces. I do not really care, as long as it's ethically, the way you're doing your faces. I just need you to see faces. Now, you're like, Angie, I'm hanging up now because I've heard this before. Don't hang up, because I've got a little bit of a different angle at it that might make things make a little more sense to you. So the reason faces are so important. So how this came up for me today was I was talking with my consultant. We've got this plan. She's ready to go. We were talking about consistency and doing career coffees consistently. This many would give you this many new team members. Times that by 10 months, because that's an easy times. This is how many people you would have in your team. How would that change the complexion of your team? What would that mean? We were all like that, right? And so we were, okay, that's what we're going to do. So she's bent on that's what she's going to do. And I said, so what's the first thing? She goes, well, I got to book some faces. And I said, okay. She said, so as soon as I get my goal poster done, I'm going to book my faces. And I said, okay, how about this? How about do your booking calls, do your faces, book some faces, and then you can do your goal poster or your whatever. Because there is no point in doing a goal poster if you're not going to do the most important thing. If you started each of your Mary Kay work days with the most important thing, and then you got those calls done, and I'm not even going to joke about it, but tragedy happens because there's so much going on with fires and all this sorts of stuff going on, right? You've got the most important thing done. Okay, you're going to unmute here and you're going to give me some words here. When you make a new booking, when you know you're going to be in front of a face, tell me how you feel. Go Riders.
Like you're unstoppable. Like
unstoppable.
Yeah.
Judy.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
When you know you got a new face booked and you get to see somewhere, how do you feel?
Oh, awesome. I feel
awesome.
Great.
Kim.
Nervous.
Esther.
Excited.
Sharon.
Excited.
Totally excited. Who else has words for me? How do you feel? Vanessa, come on.
I get excited and I want to book another one. I'm
exactly. Right?
I got one. Why can't I do two? Let's do two.
Exactly. Crystal. You didn't unmute, but I'm picking on you anyway.
You're pumped.
Okay. So when you book your faces or make your calls and you book some faces, it changes your whole spirit. You now have a spirit of energy. You have a spirit of hope. You have a spirit of enthusiasm, and it cannot help but leak out of you. And in this case, you want it leaking out. Some things we don't want, but this one we do. Like, we want this to leak out, right? When you do your goal poster, after you have faces booked, how do you think that might change the look of your goal poster? Right?
Yeah.
The goals might be bigger. The goals might be better. They might be more believable for you, because when you set goals and you're at a wah-wah part because you haven't been doing what you know you need to do, you have this belief in you that I'm going to put this down, but I'm not really sure it's going to happen. You put that energy out there too much and you're going to get that, right? So the most important thing is booking calls, is booking faces, getting in front of faces. The most important. So it should be the first thing that you attack. Now, if you're in the Mary Kay 5 o'clock club, don't maybe necessarily do your booking calls then, because then people might not like you. But it's got to be as soon as it's proper time to book those faces, you got to book them. Keeping momentum, consistency is key. And that is for everything. To keep your momentum, consistency is key. So when you're doing booking calls, you're booking faces, you do some today, and then you might get one or two, and then you do some tomorrow, and you might get one, and you do some the next day, and then all of a sudden Monday's girl phones you back, and now you got 2 with only 3 calls, and you know, all of that, it keeps coming to you, right? It's like, and we've heard this before, it's like an airplane taking off. It takes so much energy and fuel to get it off the ground. And then once it hits its cruising altitude, it doesn't take near as much fuel, right? That's like us. To get things going, it takes energy and a lot of effort. Once we get up there, it's just keeping doing the consistent work that got us there. And it's not going to feel as hard. The reason I bring this up, and I know because we talked about this last week, we talked a little bit about fear, the fears we may have. And so many people mentioned that fear of the phone was one of their things. And I want to address that again tonight, because it is one of the most common reasons that people tell me they don't book. So who here has ever had fear of making calls? I see all the hands. We have honest people on the line. Excellent. Now, the ways to overcome this. Okay, what I have found for me, the reason I resist the phone is sometimes because I'm not super enthusiastic about what's going on. Okay, when I'm enthusiastic about something, I feel like I can do anything. When I'm enthusiastic, I'm not afraid. I want to share it. Okay, so our #1 job in Mary Kay, and the reason we hold appointments, is to show other people what you love. Okay, so everything else in your mind right now that you're thinking, oh yeah, I should book appointments so A, I can pay the power bill, B, I can go get the kids' school supplies, I'll make money that way. You know, all those things, erase. Like, take your Etch-a-Sketch, shake it up, erase. The #1 reason we book people and faces is to show people what we love. Okay. And I know you all love Mary Kay, because like, who couldn't, right? So we're doing, so take all the other chatter and all the other worries and all the other things swimming around in your head, take them out, set them aside. My purpose here is to show people what I love. Okay. Because when you go in and you're in front of people and you're showing them what you love, and when I was talking with my consultant this morning, she says, sometimes I'm scared that, you know, maybe I talk too much, because especially when there's something I really like, I start talking fast and maybe I'm telling them too much. And I said to her, when someone, like when you're talking to someone and they're like, oh my gosh, so the Rider game on Saturday, you're not going to believe what happened, right? Like you tell them with that excitement and that enthusiasm, they're like, maybe I should watch the Rider game, right? Like it gets them on board. So it's not even necessarily so much what you say, it's how you say it. So I don't really care about your script. So if you're brand new and you don't really know much about the product, that's okay. Just tell people what you love about it and how to use it. That's all. That's your job. Booking Faces is to tell people what you love. Okay. Another thing is, I hear often people are afraid to book and afraid to hold appointments because they don't want to appear pushy. Anyone ever had that sneak in your mind? Ever in your whole career, has anyone had that fear? Okay. This was my number one fear. This is why for 4 years, I didn't even tell my coworkers that I used Mary Kay, never mind was a consultant. Like that was my thing. So this is what I do to make sure that that doesn't come into me. Okay. So if you're like, okay, I want to do bookings, but I don't know what to say because I'm not really sure. So number one is, my job here is just to tell people what I love, right? If you go to a new fantastic restaurant in your community and the food is so good, you like can't even stop eating, are you likely to tell people that you know about that restaurant? You got perfect service. The dessert was so delicious. You ordered another one to go. The decor was awesome. It was a new, like, right? If we ever go to that, do we not tell everybody we know, right? Same thing with Mary Kay. If there's a new product like collagen that you're like, oh, I love this, because that's your job, is just to tell other people, right? So when you're going to book appointments, depending on which way you kind of got these names from, all you're going to do is do what you said you're going to do. So if you are like what we're running with now, we've got facial jars out, and or like what are they called? What are the other ones called? Facial boxes, anything like that. And you're saying like, you know, scan this QR code for a free skincare consultation or a free microdermabrasion treatment or something like that. That's what you're booking people for, because that's what this said. So that's what they were interested in. So that's why they scanned your code or put their ballot in the thing. So that's what you're going to give them. When I was talking to my consultant this morning, we were talking about that. So when you phone them, you're like, congratulations, I just pulled your name. And you know, are going to have a free whatever you had promised. Now, if on the little ballot she checked that she wants a skincare consultation and she wants a foot spa and she wants a career opportunity, and your eyes go ding, 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 ding. Oh, I might have a new recruit here, right? Because that's, we're all thinking that. We don't talk about that when we book them, because we're going to tell them what they signed up for. They signed up for an appointment. So we're going to give them an appointment. And I'm so excited to spend time with you and let you try some really awesome Mary Kay products for free. That's what you're doing. And the reason I do it that way is because if you overload someone with all of this information because you are excited about all the things that Mary Kay has brought to your life, and you're like, okay, so we're gonna get to do this appointment. And then if you want, we can do color. And then if you really like everything, you can sign up as a consultant and get 50% off. And she's like, whoa, all I wanted was the free appointment. Back off, ghosts ya. Right? So we stay in line with our integrity and we give her what she signed up for. Okay. And then as things progress, you go to the next step. All right. Under promise and over deliver. We don't want to tell them, you know what, I'm going to come over, we're going to get together and we're going to do an appointment with the skincare. And I guarantee when you leave, I know you're 63 now, you're going to look 23 and you're going to have the best look ever, right? We can't say things that we cannot make happen. We tell them what's going to happen. We're going to get together. I'm going to let you try some products from Mary Kay. I love these things and I want to get your opinion. Done. Would you be threatened by that? Would you, if you were a customer? And let's be honest, the reason sometimes we run from things that sound good is because people have tried them on us before in different things, right? Like, you know, we get all these calls for these different things, and then when you actually go and do the thing, it's not what you expected, and then right? Or some people might think, oh, you know, this Mary Kay lady is going to come over and she wants me to buy $3,000 worth of product, and you know, like they get all in their heads. So all you're going to say is what she signed up for, and that was a free appointment to try product, and you're going to get her opinion. That's how you set it up. Just talk about getting together. Everything that you just said. Then when you start the appointment, one of the things that I sometimes have trouble with, and this is why I have to work out scripting in my head, because I need to be excited about whatever we're going to do. So last night when we had this training, they talked about, what was it called? Oh my gosh, hydrofacials. And what was the other thing, Selena?
Detox.
Like detox facials and all that sort of stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
ooh. Now, of course, we want to be careful with our wording, because again, we're not over promising. But it just made me think there's probably different ways that I could say this, where I could try different products with my customers that are going to be in front of me. That's going to get me excited, because sometimes it's just a little word. Like when you pull bacteria and impurities out of your pores, you are detoxing them. That sounds like a really good word. How about, a detoxing skincare appointment? Hey, I like that, right? And it's getting some of the wordage, some of the wording, some of the, the ideas in your head straight, so that you feel excited about it. Because when you feel excited about it, you can do anything with it. When I get into the appointment, sometimes, like, especially if you've talked about like a spa experience and all that sort of stuff, and you sit down at your little tray thing, and they're expecting the spa experience. Now, when I'm in the spa experience, I'm like thinking, lay me back, all that, like cushy slippers, all the things, right? So depending on what I've promised, I give what I've promised. So it's going to be, so if I say it's going to be a relaxing night where you get to try things, Mary Kay skincare products, and your face is going to feel fantastic when we leave. And so one of the things that I say, because I don't want right away to be saying, okay, we're going to try the skincare, and you're probably going to love that, and you're going to want to buy that. And you might even want to try them, like we're going to try microdermabrasion, you're probably going to want to buy that too. Like if you start out that way, they're going to be like, I came for the free skincare trial here. So one of the things that I say to sort of get that shifted is I say, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go through some products that are going to make it's going to make your face feel amazing. And I'm going to tell you what the products are as we apply them, so that you can kind of know what's going on. Because I always want to know, when someone's showing me something, I always want to know what they're showing me. So, I have reference. I'm also someone with sensitive skin, so I like to know what I'm putting on. So I'm going to give you that same respect. I'm going to tell you what I'm giving you and what it's supposed to do, so you kind of know what's going on. And then they're like, oh, sure. So then when you're going through the products and you're doing all the things with them, and you're saying, this is the cleanser, it's 4-in-1, so what it's got in it. So just so they know, you're educating them, but they're still feeling like, oh, she's just showing me her things, right? All the while going through, you're asking, oh, how does that feel on your skin? Like before you start, like what changes would you like to see in your skin? Is there anything that you'd like to improve? And so she says, oh, my pores are huge, right? And you're doing microdermabrasion, you're going to say, Selena, you might like this one because you mentioned large pores. This is the product that really helped with mine. Always bringing it back to an honest story about yourself, right? Relating it back. So it's like you and your girlfriend, right? You get together with your girlfriend and, you're talking about whatever, and you just talk in that friendly manner. You're like, you should try this lipstick. I never thought I would wear red, but this really looks really good. Here, you try it, right? Isn't that how you talk to your girlfriend? That's how you're going to talk to your customers. All right. So the reason people will avoid booking is because they're afraid that when they're doing the booking, or once they get the booking, that they're going to feel like people think that they're like being pressured to do things. So take that away. All you have to do, ladies, is show people what you love. The last skincare appointment I did, there was 4 ladies there, and this is how I did it. I was like, I am so glad to see you guys, that it's taking everything in me not to like totally hug and kiss you on the cheek. So come on in and let's just have some girlfriend time. And I've got it set up. So we're going to like try the skincare. We're going to do some microdermabrasion to help you like really slough off that dead skin cells and help with pore size. And I promise when you leave here, you're going to feel like your skin is really, really soft. I might even throw in like a lip and a hand treatment just because I'm so glad you're here. I want you to feel extra awesome. So I just went through all the things. I just let them try all the things. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, what did you guys like best? And they're like, everything. Okay, well, can you be more specific? Like, if you could only pick one thing that you loved the most, like, what did you love the most? And then what, like, microdermabrasion was like high on there, satin lips, of course. And I'm like, okay, why don't you write that on the back of your profile card? Because when I do promos and stuff, I like to know what people like, because sometimes I offer that if that's a really common thing. They're like, oh, okay, so whatever. They wrote it all down, and then I'm like, if there's things that like you can't really leave here without having buyer or like without like being kicking your butt all the way home that you didn't buy it, put a star beside it, and we can hook you up because I got stuff in the room in my office over there. And literally, they all bought skincare, and most bought micro, and some bought satin lips, and it was just really like low key. Of course, I had some like, and then I just said, do you guys are you like people who like deals? And they're like, yeah, oh, thank goodness. Because I said, and then I'll say, like, because I don't even like buying milk for full price. Like, I like myself a deal. So how about I show you the deal that I'm running right now? And then I just showed my little placemat, and it was a huge class for me. And so all of that is, how would I feel if I was sitting in the chair? How would I feel if I was the customer behind the mirror, right? I'm showing them what I like. There's the option to buy if they want it. That you got that trust built. And you just go with it. And then there's no pressure because you're showing them what they love. And if they want to buy something, they can. Now, does it happen where I do that and sometimes people don't buy anything? Yeah. But does it happen that those same people maybe refer me to someone else? Yeah. The one girl that I facialed recently, she didn't buy anything, which I was like, great, okay. If you ever need anything, I'm here. Like, take a peek in there, see everything's here, so you can come at short notice if you're like me and do like to do things last minute. And since then, she's given me 3 referrals. So I'm really not sure why she didn't buy, but I don't care. I got referrals from her, and one's a wedding that I'm doing for her. So like, it's good. You don't know why, right? And you never know. Everything that you do now pays off. It will pay off at some time. So just keep going with that. So bookings have to happen. That has got to be your number one. Did you hear me on that? The number one thing you should do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you absolutely sure you've heard that?
Absolutely.
Bookings and seeing faces is the number one thing, because everything else will come from that. And you don't need a fancy tracking sheet if you don't get on the phone, because what are you tracking? Nothing. You don't need a fancy goal poster if you're not doing anything to hit the goal, because making everything look cute and polished in your office is awesome, but it's nothing that's going to get your plane off the ground and get your momentum going. And so with everything that you do, keep in like, is this actually advancing my business? Or is it busy work making me feel like I do something? Because Desiree's on here, Selena's on here, Crystal, Vanessa, they're all newer directors, Nikki, they're all newer directors, and they're going to tell you that when they're in DIQ and their head is down and they are working and working and working, they don't care about tracking sheets other than making sure they know who they're calling next. They don't care about how fancy and clean their office is. They don't care about anything like that. They are looking for the next customer, the next person to add their team to really build. And that's what this group is about. Ladies, we are creating a movement here, people who want to move up and do great things. We want you to be in that group. So we're trying to share with you the things that are going to make the biggest difference. And booking is it. So if you are having a little brain glitch about whatever it is, like, I don't know, they're gonna say no, I didn't hurt my feelings, blah, whatever, phone your director and she'll get you straightened out and give you a little tap on the bum and get you in the right direction. Whatever it is, all you might need is just, sometimes my consultants say, hi Angie, it's Sue. Yeah, what's up, Sue? Just tell me I can do it. Okay, guess what? You're amazing, and I think you can do this. And I think that you're gonna have such great results because right now you don't want to, and you're gonna do it. And so you're gonna get really good results because it's easier not to. So go get them, girl. So thank you. Gone, right? So if you're having like, and you're finding yourself organizing your sponge tip applicators instead of being on the phone, that's when you reach out and you talk to someone who ain't gonna let you get away with that kind of business, right? Whatever you decide to do, like before the workday starts, when it's inappropriate to call people because it's too early, or after the workday's over when it's not the time to book, that's totally up to you. If you want to organize your sponge tip applicators, you go ahead. But your bookings have better, your calls have better been made in there. And I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm just doing this because I know this to be true 100% of the time. I know this. I know this to be true. And the reason I know this to be true is because this girl likes to avoid it too, still. And as directors, we can get really busy helping our unit. And oh, I got to make sure that I got my new consultant training ready. And I got to make sure that things are going to be perfect. Crystal's smiling because she knows I'm right. And we got to make sure that, I got this ready for my team. And we can really get distracted with like beyond organizing your sponge tip applicators, because we're trying to get busy for our team when the truth is, unless we're bringing in new people every month, we probably don't have a lot of new consultants to train. And we're not going to get those without doing our bookings. So the reason I'm saying this is because I needed this. I needed to remind myself that nothing happens until I book a face. And when you're feeling sad and sappy, and maybe I'm the only one who gets on like, oh, I don't know if I belong here. Oh, I shouldn't do this. This is hard, and nobody wants to buy, and it's August, and it's smoky, and sometimes it's dusty outside at harvest time, and people have allergies, so they don't want to come and see me because our mascara will run. Like all those things we want to tell ourselves. The number one way to cure that: book a face. Mary Kay's famous line was like, when you're happy, book a face. When you're sad, book a face. When you're excited, book a face. Book a face. That answers every single thing. Okay. So if I've been nagging at you, perfect. That's what I wanted to do, because I didn't want it to be unclear about the number one thing we can do here. Once you get that face booked, would it happen that she would show up and you'd be like, nah, I don't feel like it? Never, right? Once you booked her, she came to your house, or you went to her, or you did Zoom or whatever you did. And she said, I'd like to buy a Voluform set and retinol and satin hands and satin lips. And you'd be like, I don't feel like ordering that. No. Once you're doing this and she's watching you in action and she's like, seems like kind of fun. I never thought that maybe I could do something like this, but now you guys are so like doing things online. Maybe I could do that. Would you be like, nah, I don't really want to add my team this month? Never. So once you get the booking call done, everything else is going to happen. In the meantime, your energy's up, you're enthusiastic, you're hopeful, you're excited, you're pumped, all the things that you guys said before. And when you're giving out that, people want to know what you're a part of, right? They want to know, like, what is up with her? That May? She is excited. She's got this pink car and she's driving around a golf course and people are taking pictures. Like, what's going on with her? I want to know what that's about. She's so, I've seen her for a long time and I've never seen that car before. What's going on there? And all of a sudden she's getting these calls from random people who are like, do you sell mascara? Because that's an easy way for them to ask to be your customer, right? Like it'll be just random, like, yeah, sell mascara, because they want to know. So it's your job to get your enthusiasm up. And you can do that lickety split by booking a face. So is it going to be comfortable? No. Can you get that in check so that it feels a little less uncomfortable? Yes. How do you do that? By giving people what they signed up for, because then you feel that you're in integrity because they signed up for this. You gave them exactly what they asked for. They're not going to be able to do anything else but fall in love with you, want more, and then away you go. So In case you didn't hear, the number one thing is booking. All else will come from it. You ladies are the next leaders in our business. You ladies are the next ones who are going to set this Mary Kay world on fire. You are the next record breakers. You're the next car drivers. You're the next ring earners. You're the next Diamond B earners. And the number one thing you can do to get there quickly is book. You will never regret it. You will never wish you had done it slower. The quicker you can get it done, the better it's going to be for you. All right. Any questions? Ooh. Either I scared you all because you're thinking I'm going to give you heck if you ask something, or or I just hammered the point down enough that they have no questions. Okay, Crystal says that's it. Okay, just in case you're wondering. Now Desiree's here, so Desiree, did you do the names?
I'm having a sick day today.
Oh.
I'm in bed. I don't have my laptop, but I did take.
Okay.
I'm taking
I,
a
I wrote
screenshot.
everybody's name down if you want, Angie.
Oh, good. I was gonna take a screenshot and then do a draw, send it to you later, Angie. But you got
Okay.
it sorted.
Lena,
So,
do you do
I-
wheel?
I
Oh,
don't
I know
have
you.
I don't have a wheel, but if you pick between number 1 and 20, I'll give you a name.
Okay, my favorite number is 15.
I have to count just a minute.
Yeah.
Laura Lee.
Laura Lee, are you still here, girl? I'm looking for you. Laura Lee Mullen, and you
Laura Lee.
Excellent. Laura Lee.
Woo!
Yes, Laura Lee. Find me on Messenger. Who's your director, Laura Lee? Who knows who's Laura Lee's director?
Marilyn, she's got written down.
Marilyn. Okay, either you message me or get your director too, and with your address, and I will send you something cute. Okay. Awesome. All right, ladies, I'm going to go because I am doing a fashion show for the fall product next. I went on for, we've got this little boutique out here in this little town just out. And last night after I got off our unit call, I opened Facebook and this girl was doing a fashion show because she has a clothing store. And I'm like, why couldn't I do a fashion show with Mary Kay? Right? All she did was put clothes on, telling me about them and how much they were and what they were made of. And she had people chatting and like, because she was going to give something free away if they made comments. So I'm like, I'm going to do that with a fashion show of fall products. So I'm going to go get ready to do that. So I'm just, brushing up on my collagen and antioxidant knowledge right now, and I'm going to go and do a fashion show. And I hope that something I said here resonated with you.
That was great. Thank you.
It was
You're
awesome,
welcome.
Angie. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you again next week. I don't know who's up. I think Carol's up next week. And
Okay.
thank you for being on tonight, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.